We can start, ma'am, as in when people will come in, I will keep adding them. Okay.
Okay. So as I'm Bharti, as you know, we have already met before also because the person who are already here, they knew me very well, like Anshuman, Mamta, and Apurva. So today's session also is about the art therapy, so that we'll try to explore ourselves one more time. So that let's see, because art is a way wherein we all can connect, and I think it's a very good way to connect with ourselves. So let's begin with. So today's session is not about anything like, but yes, we have chosen a topic. This is anxiety. This is a very well known word. So let's see how anxiety looks and how people feel when they are in anxiety, and how art is, become a medium to help people also to understand, self, ki how it affect our mental as well as our physiological well-being. So we'll start with the PPT, I think. you know. So for that, we just need a sheet of paper, few colors, and it would be good if you'll get you'll keep a glass of water with you. All right. So we, on the behalf of Mind Empower, I welcome you all to join in on the time. So can anybody say what is art? What do you mean by art? One or two words, I'll write everything, whatever you tell, so that we will collate and we'll try to make a meaning out of that word. So, what is art? One, two, three, four, five. So, I think we are 4 to 5 people. So, the people can say, what is art?
Anything that you make,
Okay, anything that you make. What is art? Anybody else? I just need 3 words, though we'll start. Or you can type either. If you are not comfortable to speak up, you may write also. Anshuman, Purvadi, Mamta. Okay, for me, art is a way to express.
Expression.
Expression, okay. So I got 3 words: to make something, way to express, and also uh, express another. I got two same words: express feelings. Alright. So
coloring.
let's make a definition with these 4 words, so that we'll make a definition according to Mind Empower. The anxiety, the art is to make something, to express ourselves, including our feelings. So herein, within the with this short period of time, we've created a definition of art, that is to make something, to express, to feel, and again to express what you feel about. So when we were young, na, so what we'll do, we do a lot of scribbling on the wall. When ma'am told us to draw a house, we usually make a triangle sort of house. So what does it mean? Because that we learn. And the thing which we have not seen, we cannot make. That's for sure. And we have not seen anxiety as well. So how can we feel that anxiety look like that? Okay, so we have to be very mindful when we'll go and we'll see what is how anxiety is look like. So all
Ma'am,
right.
let
So
me
I
know when to change the slide. Just say
yes,
next and I
yes,
will
you
change.
may change it. Yes, yes. So I think art is something to find creative with imagination skills, and that is beautiful. So sometimes we create something which we already seen. It must be there, in our own subconscious mind or unconscious mind, right? So we try to depict on the paper. So in the same way, something which is in our imagination, this is called. We'll try to express ourselves. This is called art. Some people say art is defined by its origin in the human mind, which means that Where does it come from? Any feeling, whatever the feeling, like happiness, cry, anything else, where does it come from? So to try to understand that feeling, where does it come from, and to express it, help express it, art is going to help you in that. Imagination plays a key role in making any piece of art, because if I'll tell you ki you are on a beach, there are very cool breezes blowing, you are sitting on the sand, you are making a castle, can you draw it? So if the person who is only familiar with the sand castle, with the beach, only that people can create. Otherwise, the people can create anything else, whatever they have thought about it. Okay, the if I tell you, "Ki, can you draw Mars?" So I think it's going to be a difficult task for us because nobody went to the Mars, right? But yes, this is a task that you have to draw a Mars. So maybe we'll draw something brown and how the life on the Mars. So it is about the imagination as well. Some people think of art as what happened when your creativity takes solid form. As Srila Di explained, when we think about something and when we'll try to put it on the paper, this is called our imagination, which takes a form in a solid form. Next. So if anybody having any query regarding this, you may ask in between. So now, why is art important? Why people say, "Oh, I'm not good at art. I cannot draw anything. I'm not saying that you have to create a very good piece of art. I'm just saying this is your paper. These are your colors. You have to just use it as a medium. For example, you are writing. Some people have a habit of writing and diary. So, do you really think that you people are a very good writer? Or maybe you are, but still we try to write something to express ourselves. The same as in when we talk about our emotion, sometimes we are not able to find the right and correct word which describes our feeling. So art become a medium wherein we will draw anything and we try to take out the meaning of that what we have drawn, right? So in today's session also we are going to draw something with the help of some colors, some papers, and some other supplies whichever you have, and we'll try to create our art piece today. Okay, so as I told you, anxiety. So, what do you mean by anxiety? Any symptoms which is related to anxiety? For me, it's heart palpitation,
Breathless.
breathlessness, and how anxiety looks. How anxiety looks. Mm, does anxiety has a black color? Less sleeping, all right, because it's hinder our sleep. Anxiety, does anxiety having any color? Red, blue, green, yellow, white? No. So, anxiety is about what we create. Yes, it's a mixed feeling. So, anxiety means something which is not defined, we are creating. As I asked a question, how anxiety looks like? What is the color of the anxiety? Anxiety is red, blue, green, or any color which you like. No, anxiety, we have not seen anxiety has any color. So, in the same way, anxiety is something which we create when we feel uncomfortable, and it is very good because anxiety sometimes give you that kind of power which create a very good, which impact you in a positive way. When we are anxious during the exam, we put a lot of effort to read about to cover up our syllabus and all. So sometimes anxiety helps us, but when anxiety is prolonged, okay, then it's become a disorder. So there is a small difference between your anxiety and the disorder. Anxiety, we people having a different kind of feeling, different kind of blue. This is called anxiety. When it become prolonged, it's become anxiety disorder. Okay? So art helpful anxiety, the theory behind of the art therapy suggests drawing, coloring, painting, and sculpting. People having a habit of creating something with a piece of paper or with the help of mud that help to tune into your express painful or difficult feeling, have trouble pulling into words. Drawing And coloring can be helpful tool anyone seeking to the ways, because art has no art has no language. Art itself is a language, right? Next. So herein the person, they shows different kind of symptoms, how they feel with the crowd, and how the person who are actually the person who is in the anxiety, the family members also feeling the same way. Okay, so we have to be very mindful when we see a person who is anxious. So it's become our responsibility to help others. How we can help? Let's understand this. So, what people think anxiety feel like worrying about anything. It's called anxiety, right? So, out of 10, if you got like 5, so we'll say that it is a very mild anxiety that we all are facing. 6, yes, all right. So you have a little bit anxiety. 4, no, all right. Anybody else? How many? Yes, you all got. I got 7. Garima ma'am got, okay. Ma'am got 3. Anshuman 7. All right. So if we have more than, we can say that more than 5, yes. So it means we are on the borderline, not borderline. If only the 5, it means that we have. But if we have 7 to 8, yes, it means we have anxiety. And how to cope up with it? Let's begin with that. Next slide. So we have to, because it's not possible always to be with the colors, pen and paper. Like we feel anxiety and I'm going to take that. It's a very long process and you have to do it rigorously to overcome your anxiety. But these are the very quick exercise which actually calm our anxiety when we feel so. So first is the rubbing the palm. It actually create an energy, and this energy gives you positivity. ठीक है, तो whenever you feel anxious, you have to just rub your hands very fast. Second tip is we have to take a big yawn. Have you seen the dogs? They get so bored. Yes, yawn. So, so when they feel like ki how they are in the situation, dogs are sitting and they are just yawning again and again because they feel so bored. So actually, when we feel bored or when we think about a lot, so we have to do a yawn exercise. You took a yawn, it means you are supplying oxygen to your brain. And the next is body movement. When we are sitting on a place like for more than the 40 minutes, it's mean our body is not habitual for that. So to get over that situation, it will feel very, anxious, or we are not able to control our thoughts. What we have to just move. You can take a walk in your class, you can do a stretch exercise, or you can just give the pressures to your body, okay, on the joints. No, now is the time to art. What we need, but we need just a sheet blank. We just need a blank sheet of paper and a different shades of color. If you do this exercise, you will really feel that it's a very good exercise actually. Usually, we are not able to find the time to sit with the colors to draw something, but I think when we are into the session, this is the best way to draw, to create, and to understand what is going on in your head or in your heart. So this is the time when we are going to connect with ourselves as well as our heart as well as our thoughts. So the condition of the drawing is we have to use the full sheet of paper. All right, full sheet of paper we are going to use. And the second rule is there is no space left white. No white space should be there. First rule, you have to use the full sheet of paper. The another one, there is no left space. We have to use the whole sheet of paper with the color. So there is no restrictions of the colors. Whosever color that you want to use, you may use. And you have to just fill the colors in the sheet. You have to turn this white sheet into a different color. Like you can use multicolor as well. You can use single color. but you have to color the whole sheet of paper. All right, so we'll start. And if you have the music, please, then it will be good.
Can you hear the music?
Yes, yes, very much audible. Okay, we'll start with. So what we have to do, we have to color the whole sheet. The voice is not coming. I think you have to play. Yes. Okay. So it's 4:23. Okay, we'll stop at 4:30. So we have 7 minutes. Use your uh, okay. The person who have just joined, I've just explained. I have a sheet of paper. We have to use the whole sheet of paper. There is no left white space. Okay, so when we see our sheet of paper, it should be in a different shade. So you may use different shades and you may use single color as well. And just flow with the process. See, I'm using different colors. I'm just turning my white sheet into a colorful sheet. Just relax. Don't think about your worries, your tension. Think that you are just a 5-year-old kid and you have colors and you are just doing scribbling. You are just filling the sheet of paper and nobody is going to scold you for that. So I've colored my whole sheet. You have 3 more minutes. You all can just color your sheet very slowly. Just calm down. All right. So I've turned my sheet of paper in different color of shade. There is no white space left. All right. So what we have to do now, you have to use different shade of color which you have not used on your sheet of paper. You have to draw three circles anywhere. You have to draw three circles anywhere on the sheet of paper where you have colored, like I've done. Done. Now you have to think about the situation when you feel anxious. ठीक है? So I've given only three. We drawn only three circles. So we have to think about the only that three situations where you feel most when you feel most anxious. So you can draw or you can write as well. So please write three things which makes you more anxious. So I have written three. So in the same way, you also can write. All right. So the in the first circle, wherever you have written anything, the things that make you very anxious, you have to think about the reason. Just try to find out the reason. For example, giving an interview, I feel so anxious. So why? What is the reason behind it? So if you tell me the reason, I'll try to give you the. If you tell me your reason of anxiety, I'll try to give you the solution for that. So it's very common when we go for an interview. So there are the reason, like for example, interview because we are not aware about the person who is going to take our interview. Another one, we are not prepared or we are more prepared for that, right? So these could be the reason that we feel so anxious when we are facing an interview. Or so you have to write when we are you have to write the solution also, right? On the first box where you have written the cause of your anxiety, we need to write the solution also or reason also why we do so. Not prepared, we are not prepared for that. The second, please think about it because this is a very mindful activity. If you have written anything, so please do write the reason of that. When we are telling lie, because the second I have written telling a lie. So when we are telling a lie, so we feel so anxious कि might be we are going to be caught. So what is the reason to tell a lie? You have to write that also. Maybe parents are not going to be agree with your statement. And the last circle, the third one, if you have put it, that's okay. If there is no reason for the anxiety, you have to just draw a simple smiley. ठीक है. If you have not filled the third circle, we have to just put a simple smiley. Okay. The last one is, now we have to draw a rectangle on the same sheet of paper. See, I have written three reasons: the reason of my anxiety, the solution of my anxiety, or the reason. Now we have to draw a simple box. So this box is going to be your safe and your secret place. All right. So what we have to do? We have to write our three fears in that. Please write your three fears. So I have written my three fears. So you also have to write your three fears in that box. Done? And now what we have to do? The fears which we have written here, we have to write the same fear outside the box. Same fear. It means it is not going to longer with us. That fear is not going to be with us. Now we are free with it. And use a different shade and please fill this box. You have to fill this box wherein you have written your fear, which only you knows. Now your fear are out. So please color all those fear with the dark color so that you will not able to see. You may use any dark color. That my fears are no longer with me. I'm free. I'm letting fear. I'm letting out my fears. Now these fears are very common and I may handle it. These fears are not with me. I may handle it like that. So now my fears are here only. It is not with me. Now it is out from my body and also it is out from my head. At least for certain period of time when I have done this activity. So now it's a blackboard. It's become like a blackboard. So what we have to do with the blackboard? We'll do lot of scribbling. We write and rub. So in the same way, use this blackboard as a blank sheet of paper and give something positive affirmation to yourself. Agora means the person who are not able to go in a very unfamiliar situation. So that agoraphobia becomes anxiety. So we are not comfortable with entering into a very unfamiliar situation. So these kind of people used to be with themselves. They are not feeling good when they go out from the house. Silent mood. Yes, they also become very silent because they think people are not understanding them. But the thing is, they are not feeling comfortable. Same as if I'll ask you, I'm going to take your sheet of paper, whichever you have drawn. So maybe you drew something else which you don't want to share. So it happens. No smile on face. So why is it so? Because they feel people are not understanding them, they are going to judge, and that judge is a single word which makes another person more anxious. When we are into the interview, we think people are going to judge. When we are standing, when we are giving a speech, people think that they are going to be judged. So where that judge word comes from? So we have to just take out that judge, the fear of that judge. We have to just give our 100%. If the water is moving, it means it's clear. If the water is in the pond, it means there are going to be so many, things. It's going to be clutter there. So we have to be make ourselves like that, like a river which always flows. So the thoughts that are coming in your head, that are hindering you, that are troubling you, we have to be we have to make our thoughts like that, so that the thought should go flow. It should not stay. So the small activity which I have shared or which we have done also, this will also help you to to understand the feelings that you are going through. I've shared an example with you. Day before yesterday, I have done an art therapy with a small kid, and she's a very good artist. She used to make a very good pictures and all, but when I asked her to draw something, she was not able to do. She just scribbled, and she just filled the colors, not different color in that scribbling picture, and she just went away. So I was asking her today only why you were not able to. So she was saying that time my mood was not good, even though she's a very good artist. So if you are not, so whenever you feel like if you are tense, it's okay. You draw something and that has no meaning. That's okay because it's you only. So when you feel so relaxed, then also you have to draw, because it gives you that importance. Wow, there are so many good things in our thought, in our subconscious, and we are able to depict on the paper. So these small activity actually help us to understand our feeling, and also to vent up our emotion. And it is very important to bottle up your emotion through, if the person is with you, that's very good. If the person is not there, then we have to use this a very small sheet of paper which actually become your best friend, and it hold the weightage, it hold the pressure that you are holding actually, right? So if you have any query, you may ask, because that's it for the today's session. So those who are still here, thank you so much for that. So if you have anything that you want to share,
I have put in a form, so in case if you want to ask anonymously, you can always put in your question there, and I'll ask on your behalf. So, in case if somebody wants to ask anything with respect to art therapy or anxiety, please put it across on the form. We'll wait for 2 minutes. If somebody is typing, we'll see, ma'am. Okay.
yeah.
If anyone would like to ask, also, they can ask directly here. You can unmute and
Because
ask.
we are very limited people and we all know each other very well.
So that's the reason why I thought anonymous form would be much better if anybody does not want
Ask directly. Yes, true.
to ask directly, because among strangers it becomes easier to ask, whereas when you know everybody easily, then it becomes difficult.
Even though putting these colors into the box now, it's again give me some kind of feeling that I'm keeping something back. So this is like us only now. When we have done something, we need some relax. We have to be relaxed. So these colors are into the relaxing mode, because they actually hold my whole emotions. So it's not a small piece of box. It's actually emotions which help me to vent up my emotions. So it's okay always, to draw something. It's okay if you're not able to. That's also okay. We have to be very mindful. We have to be very gentle. We have to be very careful towards ourselves. If we are happy, only then we can see happiness around us. If we are not happy, because this just a small piece of paper does not describe you. It's just a feeling. There is
Bharati,
beyond. Yes, Deepam.
the color that we choose when you paint, when you feel anxious or whatever mood you are in,
Yeah.
does it depict your present mood, or is it the mood that you wish to be in?
It depicts your mood actually. Today I'm using a very light shade, but usually I use so vibrant color now, because I have done the same activity 10 days before. So that
Okay.
time I was in the school and I have used red, orange, brown, and every the same the colors. But today I don't know why I use very light shade because I am in my home only. I'm in my
Hmm.
mother home, so I feel so relaxed. So yes, it is true. The colors that we are using is dipping.
Okay, your current mood.
Yes, your current. And the same drawing that you are going to draw maybe in the morning 4 to 5 a.m., you feel you'll get something else. That's for sure.
And what meaning do you associate with colors? Which for each color?
See, light shade, if I talk about the red color actually depict love, but sometimes if the person having an aggression, so we avoid that color. To these kind of clothes, we are not. It's not good for the people who have ADHD and the person who is very aggressive. But
Mhm.
red color we can give to the people who are very they are in a very normal mood, we can give them because it's depressive people, we can use that red color because that color give the vibrancy also. The person who
Okay.
is feeling lack of warmth, we can
Okay.
use red color.
Hmm.
So in the same way, the lighter shade that you are using, it means that there is something that is going on first. This could be the reason. And the second one is you are very you like a very you are a very naturalistic person, you are not very vibrant. There is a difference between jungle and a volcano. So volcano is always very in aggressive mood, but the nature, it's very calming and soothing when we'll see it. So definitely colors has an impact on our personality, but it depends what how you feel right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any queries? Form does not have any, so
See, I have a color. I have a notebook which a student had drawn. Can you see? She has just drawn. She used lot of different colors, now, but the base is white. It means she want to. If the personality shows she is something, and she want to show the world that I have some skill. Otherwise, she may use like light shade, maybe she may use orange color or maybe she use green color. At that time, that her art will not come so vibrantly that depict on the white paper.
Yeah, like if I like today I've chosen blue, but I'm not. I don't feel like using a dark blue. I feel like using a light blue.
So that's why it means that you are very relaxing. And art therapy is like that only because 4 to 5 there is no hurry. We are sitting, we are relaxed, and we know that this is the time that even though I also not use, I am not wearing very dark color today. Maybe if I'll use the color, even my background is also white because I don't want to give any clue to the people who are into the art session. If my wall could be the orange color, so there is a chances that people may use dark color.
Okay.
So in whenever you draw art, try to choose a place where no much color as such. And if you want to enjoy the art, then okay, then you may sit in your drawing area or maybe you may sit in your lawn area. That will be perfectly all right.
any other questions, guys?
All right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. As always, yes,
Thank
like
you,
Anshuman
Anshuman.
said, it's always a wonderful